Today on Drawbli, we are drawing
animals
with a twist.
So
Click that subscribe button if you're new around here. And if you have a cool suggestion for something else we could draw or paint in the future, post it down in the comments below. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna tell them the twist.
Okay, tell them the twist.
Okay, so the sped up part is about done here. But as you can see, we're using shape language. And we're specifically both constrained to a different shape language.
We're constrained.
I am using a hard and angular, no curves shape language, which is far outside my typical wheelhouse of very flowy, sketchy, although this is still pretty sketchy. And Ben?
I am only allowed to use round shapes. Normally I am someone that enjoys the hard angles, the defined lines, and then from there I'll go in and make things maybe a little more curvy here and there.
Exactly.
But I like to start off, and even with this, I'm actually starting off like with some hard edges in a lot of places. I was with my initial sketch, but yeah, already pretty challenging.
Yeah.
Oh, also we're gonna do a little swapperoonie here here in a few. As we continue to progress, just so we can like swap it up and also learn from each other as we go. We had a lot of fun doing that a few episodes ago when we were doing those. Let's see, I did a turtle. What did you do?
A gecko.
Oh, that's right. I really liked the lighting on that one. That was cool.
Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, so we'll swap it up, and that will put us both back in our comfort zones, hopefully.
Exactly.
I am looking forward to it because the pig you chose
I just
is
sneezed
so
really
cute.
loud, but Abby cut it. Abby lit a candle, and it's destroying my nose.
Oh, is it? Really? I didn't
No, it's
know
okay.
that was a thing.
It's okay. No, I have a very sensitive nose, even though this is my candle that I picked out.
Oh, I was going to say we could blow it out, but...
We could blow it out? Blow out my nose?
The candle.
Oh, yeah. But or both, yeah. So, what were you saying? Before I rudely sneezed very loud.
I think I was saying how cute the pig you chose is.
The cutest pig. Yeah.
He's a cute pig. I love pigs. My sister raises pigs.
Uh-huh. She does. Well, I don't know if raises pigs is the term I would use.
I think it's the term because they raise them. Sure, they butcher them in the end, but they do raise them off the get-go.
Eat them.
They eat them.
And also they name them like they're pets, and that's just
Somehow
weird.
they get through it. I don't know how. I don't think I could own a pig to eat it, let alone name it before I ate it. That would be really hard.
So
But
you
that's the
are
farmer's
doing a
life.
shrew.
It's actually an elephant shrew.
Oh, an elephant. I'm sorry.
A sengi, S-E-N-G-I-E. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that exactly right.
S-E-N-G-I.
But they live in Africa, and they are very cute.
What do you think of the hard edges so far? Like, you said it was outside of your comfort zone. Do you feel like it's pretty hard for you? It's definitely hard for me, I will say.
It's harder for me to feel like I'm creating something of quality. It's kind of leaving me feeling a little bit like I'm treading water. Like I don't know how to proceed in a nice and polished way. It feels very sketchy still. But it also is really nice for me in terms of making me identify like hits and breaks a little bit more decisively.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I know about those.
where the curve breaks, that's where I have to put the point of my angle.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
you
good
know-
way to pay
you taught
attention to
me
that
about
silhouette.
those.
I did, yeah. The round shapes are tough for me, but I'm excited to hand this over to you here in a moment and see what kind of changes you're going to make.
And I'm excited to hand this over to you because I'm not sure what I'm doing, but
Well,
I'm trying.
I probably won't change your basic block out there too much because your initial sketch, I mean, it looks pretty cool from what I can see.
Thanks. I'm adding in some color.
Yeah, I'm about to get there. I'm catching up to you. I forgot how good and fast you are at the art. So
Oh gosh, no.
You're way too fast for me. So.
A little sloppy. That's how it gets there, you know?
Now, because you're only using hard angles and hard shapes, does that mean that your lighting and your values must also have like really hard or sharp fall-offs?
I am using...
And maybe I can only use, some soft, soft shapes.
Well, I am only using like the flat brush for that reason because it has more angularness to its naturalness.
Its naturalness, yes, of course.
So that's helping me retain my sharp angles because as we've talked about before, once you go in and add color,
Once you go color, you can't go uncolor.
Yeah, and it can really take away from the original energy of your sketch if you're not careful or experienced. And I am neither
We're
of these
neither
things.
careful nor experienced.
I am definitely not careful. And my experience in this particular frame is very limited. So we'll see how it goes.
You know,
I have high hopes.
you have high hopes. I was going to try. Oh my goodness. I was going to try using just the soft shade brush, but I feel like that's a horrendous mistake. Because everything's just gonna be real soft, and that's not what we're looking for.
It's not exactly the goal.
Nothing. Well, I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm excited to trade though.
I'm more so interested in the rounded shape language. Also, yeah, I want to trade. I want to see how you will fix my my piggy. I need you to fix him up for me.
I need to see how you'll fix this shrew. I like the way you come at, different projects like this, and I feel like I always learn something by seeing your workflow.
Yeah, that's same for me to you. That's why I really like the idea of trade. The lighting in this, because of all the grass, the light bouncing up to the pig is green. Mm-hmm. And I might have to tone that down unless I put some of this grass in here, because it's very green. I'm looking at this. Some of it's, purple, but that reflected light. If someone didn't understand how that works, I could see how that would be crazy confusing. You're sampling the color on the pig and you're like, why is this green? Why is the pig green? Pigs aren't green, right? Or did pigs turn green at some point and I wasn't told?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But all that light bouncing off this grass here, making my little piggy have all that green on him. Light's crazy. We were talking about doing a little light study or something. Some kind of, what did you say? Something about light passing through the trees or...
Ooh, shafts of light is what I said.
You wanted to draw some shafts of
light.
How would we
such a cool
How would we draw shafts of light? Maybe we could find some dappled light through the trees, in a forest or something.
Exactly. That could be really neat.
I mean, it probably would be. This is a cute little piggy, but I don't know how you're going to fix this. I'm a little concerned that what I'm giving you is not up to the normal.
Don't worry about
snuff.
me. Let's just worry about you and his complex little shrew. His background is
I gotta do the
hard.
background. What am I thinking?
What are you even thinking?
Oh my gosh, I gotta do my little piggy's background. I will do some of that here before I give it to you, just so you can kind of see where I'm mentally going. But we're swapping in 2 minutes, so I have to hurry.
Yes, it's coming up here very soon.
What if drawing had cheat codes and you could just, type in your cheat, big head mode, whatever cheat code you got?
That'd be cool.
It'd be great. I'd know all the cheat codes. Do you remember any cheat codes?
From when I was young, I never used them. I wasn't savvy.
Wow. You didn't have any Sims cheat codes or anything like that?
No, I remember I said I saw a friend once use them and I was blown away. And also I thought cheat codes were dumb. I think my brother used them in Pokemon or something for something.
What a
Probably.
loser.
I don't know.
How could you cheat in Pokemon?
I literally don't know.
I actually had what was called an action replay, which was literally a device made to activate cheats for games like Pokemon.
Gosh.
So at one point I did have a cheating device for Pokemon.
That's funny.
But I didn't have anybody to play Pokemon with, so it didn't matter. I was cheating with...
You weren't hurting me.
Yeah, I was cheating with myself, so...
Oh my goodness.
It's good times. All right. Well, it is time for us to trade.
Oh, okay. Things are pretty rough still, just a heads up. But have at.
All right.
Oh, your piggy's so cute.
Give me the pen. You can't just have
I can
all
have
the
both
pens.
pens. Aw, he's
All
so
right.
cute.
So I got to figure out your little reference thing here. I don't use this tool very often. It's too confusing for me. It just gets in the way.
Yeah. Let's see. I gotta take stock of where things are at. So you got a clipping mask, you got some sketches in here, you got some background, and of course you got your pig. And he's very, very cute. I think what I'll do is play with his face a little bit here.
Is it possible to sample from this reference image? Sample colors?
Yes, that's a new thing, but I forget how to do it.
Oh, great. Good.
I know that it's a newer, but I think you might have to hold down on it.
Oh, really? Oh, no, you are correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is how you do that. Interesting. Well, I don't need it. I won't even need it. It's fine. It's
Right.
cool. It's whatever. So we're gonna make some of these shapes a little harder. You've done a really good. You got a good start here, but just let me take it from here.
Let's see. Well, and you've got a great start here, I have to say. This is a nice little pig. I'm not exactly sure where to begin.
I know exactly where to begin over here.
Oh,
I have
good.
no question about
Very
it.
happy for you and your extreme knowledge.
Now remember, you have to only use rounded shapes.
Maybe I'll just soften your shading for now while I'm kind of figuring things out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll soften.
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 Very nice. I will take some softening. It's game over now.
Oh, yeah?
I figured out your layer system.
Oh, my system, quote unquote. Yeah, my refined and elegant system.
Yes, whenever like we pass back and forth like this, I have to take stock of exactly how everything is.
Yeah, it's different, kind of launching
lining up.
into a partially finished work, isn't it? Or something that's already started on. I wonder if that's something that people who work in like very professional industries find themselves having to do. Like you're given a portion of a project where you're working with somebody else's, let's say, concept art, and you're the step that's past the concept art phase.
Okay.
And you have to take the already created image and like refine it and make it into like maybe the posable character. I don't know. But working with somebody else's, well, you do that all the time.
I was going to say like what you're talking about.
That's exactly what you do. Where you're not on the creation side. So if you think, oh, this looks kind of weird here, but how much is too much of a liberty to...
I mean, when I was in studio, we used to do that stuff all the time, and you don't typically have direct access to the, you can't ask like a million questions all the time for the work that was sent to you. So like, a lot of stuff that I was doing when I was working with like DreamWorks, a ton of different stuff for them. But like, let's specifically, I believe DreamWorks was also Hotel Transylvania. But like, we'd be working on one character, like, what's her name? Mavis, I think. And you couldn't just like, there were some creative decisions that you kind of had to guess on. Or make educated guesses on, like, oh, was this what they intended with this specific line here? Probably, yeah. And if not, like, it's not a big change, but if it's going to be something really big that could be a big drastic change or cause some potential issues down the line for production, then it's like, yeah, let's take some time, send out some emails or some phone calls and get this figured out.
Get to the bottom of this. That's interesting.
But most of the time it was like not a huge deal.
Gotcha.
Or sometimes, client wants one thing, but it's like, well, you don't actually understand either how complicated that is or how impossible that is. And it's like, well, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Or
Let's
a lot
all
of the
get
time,
together
what would
and-
actually happen, the unfortunate side is that the people, at least, on that job, the higher-ups would promise things that they didn't know about. And then all of a sudden it comes down to us and, the people doing the production. And it's like, oh, actually, no, like, we can't, that's going to take like a year to do. Like, sorry.
Like you don't understand the scope of what you're asking for.
Yeah, and that can be a little rough.
That must be so frustrating to have people running the show who aren't familiar with what it takes to run the show.
Yeah, I mean, digital sculpting is kind of new, but they would also do it for the production stuff as well. It kind of depends. Like, having good leadership is extremely important for a project, and it just really depends on who's on the team.
That's how it goes. And management makes or breaks a job.
I will say that my, it was a very small sculpting team, and it was expanding when I was heading out, but the lead of my team was just great at giving feedback for work, you know, in terms of pushing people in the right direction. And often, you know, very humble, you know, take it as like not a, hey, here's exactly what I want you to do. It's more of like, well, let's figure this out together. Let's look at this and kind of go from there. Was never like, I know exactly what you've done wrong here and here's how you fix it.
I wonder how much of that is like a learned skill and how much of that is something that certain personalities are just really good at giving feedback.
Yeah, both for sure. So some people are better at that just naturally from doing that, but then also, you know, you get practice doing it as well. I've started to fix some of your shrew here, but he's got some stuff. It's getting a little messy.
Yeah, I agree. The pig is also getting a little messy, but
don't mess up my pig. I worked so hard on him.
Yeah, I would never.
You would.
You
would, and you might.
And I am.
Ugh.
We're past the base form, you know? So I can't go back and just say, hey, I'm going to play with your base form and change that.
You can still warp it. There's always time to go back. Always. Never too late. But it is almost time for us to swap back, I will say. I think I've led you enough in the right direction so you'll see what I've done and you'll be like, okay, I can take this the rest of the way.
Right.
That's my hope. All right, you ready to trade back?
I think so.
All right, here you go. Here, ooh, that looks awesome.
Oh, thanks. Oh, the shrew looks awesome. Oh, I love how you've blocked in the color. Ooh, the blue color on his face is so nice. I love that.
You've done a lot here. A lot. A ton.
Oh, not even.
You've done so many things with all of your soft shading. I'm very jealous.
I love your blocked in color, though. That looks so cool.
I tried to keep some real sharp shape language with everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd actually tried to soften some of yours. I took out things that I thought were a little bit harsh.
Rude.
And, yeah, I know. And put in different things.
Well, I'm going to continue that trend here and add my... Well, I'm going to continue a little bit and then add my finishing touches. I got a few more things here I can do before those finishing touches.
I really like the lighting on this shrew. I love that we can see the hard lighting of his highlights, and I don't really want to take away from that. What I might do is go in with a blending tool with the flat brush and just do a very small amount of blending.
Abby, are you trying to get out of your comfort zone? Or I'm sorry, back into your comfort zone is what I mean.
No.
Because you gotta stay in. You gotta dig deep.
I do.
You gotta push past. We're
Yes.
not, look, only sharp edges, only hard shapes. This is all you get.
Right.
This is the challenge. Don't break. Don't break now at the end.
Everything
come so
is
far.
retaining the same hard, like, shape language, but the edges of those hard shapes are getting softened.
You can't do that.
I can, and I will, and it's happening.
It'll probably be fine. I'm sure it'll look good.
I think so.
I love what you did with the snout here. You did a good job.
Thank you.
I can still see your style coming through over here, which I know you don't like when I say, but I'm gonna say it.
I'm always super apprehensive about hearing that I have a style because I know it's too early.
Well, no, it's not too early. That's nothing. It's just it's the way you create your brush strokes. It's very obvious when I see your brush strokes. Like it's, you know, the brushes you use plus the way you use them, the way you define everything. Yeah, you can just tell. And I think that is a good thing, you know? I think
you have a discernible style too. I can't always, I wouldn't be able to like describe it exactly, except to say that you do a lot of good work with hard lines and shapes.
This is why we've swapped it up.
I know. This has been a really interesting challenge. Do you feel like you've learned things from...
Learned absolutely nothing.
Me neither.
No, I do. Yeah, here, hold on. I gotta see if I can... Whoa. How do you like my pig?
Oh my gosh, that poor pig.
Yes, I do feel like I have learned things here about softening. I don't use that soft brush too often because a lot of the time I'll just go back in with like a smudge mix type brush and kind of correct some harder edges and blend that way. Because at least I found you can always soften a hard edge, but it's a lot harder to harden a soft edge when you have that. So I like creating those softer edges and then going back in and adjusting. That's just kind of my work. I don't know how much I'll change that after this, but it's definitely something that I will probably continue to work on, because if I can just get there initially without doing any of that, I think it's going to be a lot better, a lot faster, I should say. Maybe not better, but...
Something I just experimented with was taking the fall off of the colors, or I should say everything that fell outside of the lines. I tried erasing it back to the line, especially on the highlights, and I realized I actually like the way it falls outside of the lines. It gives more of a glow to the highlights. So I compromised and erased just partially back to the line, but for the most part left in that soft blur past the lines. And I think that's a great way to add...
I have literally no idea what you're saying right now.
I'm going to keep going in. I think that's a cool way to add like...
But I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, to add softness using hard lines still.
So
going outside of the lines.
You blended the hard edges? Say again?
No, here. Take a look. See these outside edges where it goes past the lines? Initially, I had taken it all the way back to the line like that. And then I zoomed back out and I was like, I don't like that as much as I like some of that light spilling out over the lines.
Interesting.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot, so I'm leaving it in.
I'm into it. That's cool. I was trying to get some more environments in there, environmental colors and shades. But it is time to add our finishing touches. So,
what are you gonna do for that?
Continue working on my little grasscape here very quickly.
I think I'll work on some of the environment as well.
Just a few strokes of the brush here and there. And I'm trying to get some of it going in front of his feet down yonder.
Exactly.
If I can.
Just extend it a little bit farther out. Oh, he's so cute. What a cute little elephant shrew he is. Oh, I love him. They're so cute. As far as shrews go, this is probably the only kind that has a significant amount of cuteness to it too. I think on mine, I ended up elongating the body too much. His head is meant to be a much bigger proportion of his body, and I missed that. I should have focused on correcting that base form before moving forward, but here we are.
Do you use the smudge brush a lot?
No, I don't. I think I used
normally
to
now?
Starting out a little bit more, but now I tend to, I not avoid it, but I definitely don't reach for it that often. I think there's just different ways I'd rather try to achieve that effect. My experimentation with that has led to a lot of muddy incidences in the past. So
I feel you.
I think it's something I'm just not quite skillful enough to use extensively yet without it getting really muddy.
This is true for me as well. All right, it's time to smoosh, as they say in the biz.
Do it.
I've smooshed, and I'm going to now do my favorite thing, which is just a little bit of color balance. Yeah. That's
I never
where
do
it's
that.
at.
I should
Yeah,
try
I
it.
mean, only pros do it, so I don't know. Like, honestly, I just do like the tiniest amount here because it's kind of fun to play with. But I like to just pump up the jams, as we like to say here at the end, a little bit of color here and there. I do really enjoy, as I've pointed out, kind of like brightening things and then doing that clipping mask trick. I don't know if I have enough time for that here at the end, but maybe,
So you brighten the whole image, then you put on a clipping mask.
Not a clipping mask, what is just a normal mask, yes.
Oh, a normal mask?
A normal mask.
Ah, and then what do you do? Asking for a friend.
There's different things that you can do.
What do you do?
What do you do with that? Well, I'll show you. Here, check it out. I've set my mask to black, so now I can paint in some highlights here and there to like really exaggerate a few areas of my
you set
pig.
it to black? I tried. Mine is white, I think.
It is. It does start out white.
And then you fill it with black?
You set your color to black, and then you click on fill.
Fill layer. Black. Okay.
And now you can paint white, and that'll paint your highlights.
Oh.
If you want. I was just going to try to add like a little bit of rim light. Everybody loves rim light. It's the secret to good art. And if you put...
I don't know if anything's happening. I don't think anything's happening. I think I didn't understand.
That's okay. I will show you later. I will show you my secret tech.
Yeah.
Check it out. All right, I'm gonna smoosh mine. So we're gonna duplicate our drawing. Okay, now duplicate your little shrew. And now click up here and go to hue, saturation, and brightness. Crank up that brightness. And then what you do is you set a mask. And then we are going to set our color to black. And then we're going to fill the layer. And now it's gone. But now if we swap back to white, wherever we paint, it will be highlighted.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I like that.
And you can do the same thing with shadows.
What? It's about time we've done this. I
So
needed to learn.
now you don't erase. What you do is you paint in white and black.
I'm not using the eraser tool. I'm painting in white. I don't fully, and I think this is something I'll understand more the more I do it.
You know what a mask is.
I know what a clipping mask is. I don't use masks, so I don't understand those as well.
There is my little piggy.
Oh, he turned out so good.
Oh, I don't know what happened to the background there. What's that over there?
It's the shadow of his soul. So what did you do when you came back to this?
What did I do? I did everything. So I went back over the pig just in a few areas, adding some more variation, tweaking the proportions, and just slowly refining it more. I would say overall, I feel like I didn't do too much to the pig from where you were. It was more just kind of cleaning up what you already had.
Yeah.
So, using that soft brush a lot. What about you? What all have you done? It looks like you've done a lot.
Well, I kind of touched up the rocks he's on, and then I just played with the edges of the shapes, and then I used your cool mask trick.
I can see that at the top to get some more of that light up there.
I love that trick.
Yeah, it's a really popular way to work. I like him a lot. He's very cute. He's got all these hard angles. I love his blocky butt.
He did a
great job on the blocky butt.
This was a cool assignment.
It was a cool assignment, and you did a very good job keeping with the sharp shapes.
I liked what you did, and I like your blocks of color too a lot. I think those are so fun.
Yeah, I mean, like when you zoom out really far, they read really well.
Exactly.
Like, I think there's a lot that can be said for simplifying stuff like that and still having it read. It works.
Yeah.
When your eye's looking at something, you're not picking up on every little bit of hue and value difference. There's just so much going on in the fur. You did a really good job.
Thanks.
It looks just like him. What's his name?
Schrubert.
Schrubert, of course. And my pig's name is Hubert, I've decided.
Oh, very good.
Hubert and Schrubert.
Very good duo.
Well, with that, thank you for watching, everybody. You can, of course, click that subscribe button if you are new around here. And if you have a suggestion for something else we could draw in the future, comment below. And this is the part where we say
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Schrubert is super cute.
Schrubert is very cute, and I like him a lot more than my piggy. You've done much better than I.
Oh, hardly. Your pig is very cute.